Hi friends, today I'm gonna show you how I make my drum slap harder than a pimp named Slickback. Let's get into it. So starting off, we're just gonna jump right into it. Let's listen to the actual beat right now without anything. And you're gonna hear that the kick and snare are kind of buried. The hi-hats are a little high hats, and yeah, our goal is to make it punch through this mix. So let's listen to what we have to work with right here. So yeah, the kick and snare, they're kind of buried in there. The hi-hats are kind of stiff. There's a little groove to it, little variations that I like, but you know, the velocity is a little staggering. That's kind of what we like. I also have, first, what I would do is to get this kick and snare to punch through the mix. I'm first gonna sidechain that kick, duck this 808 just a little bit. And I kind of want to make that 808 stand out a little bit. So this third-party plugin is the only third-party plugin I'm using. Everything else is going to be stock. I'll link this volume compensator down below. All it's really doing is reading the volume before the saturator and then compensating after the saturator. So that'll be down below. Free, easy to use, great. All right, so I mean, sidechaining, that's pretty self-explanatory. I hope I don't have to explain that too much, but really all it's doing is ducking the 808 in volume. Also, I like to duck specific frequencies. So what I did was get this envelope follower that's over here in modulators, envelope follower. You click the map, and then you click whatever parameter you want to map it to. I chose this third parameter on the EQ, kind of making room for that click of the kick. Also the low end of the snare. The snare and the clap. My bad. Also too, taking a delay, adding a little bit of delay after your 808 to push it to the right of the kick. It's going to give it some room, some pumping effect. If it's too much pumping, you know, bring it back. Maybe take the dry wet down of your glue compressor. Your 808 should be sitting fine with your kicks. So now I really want to bring those kicks and snares up. I'm gonna add this drum bus. And really, all I did was take everything, you know, drive down to 0, dampness all the way up. And I really just wanted to mess with this transients. Make those transients kind of pointy. Now I'm gonna fatten this kick up. I'm gonna take out anything below 20 because I don't want it to affect anything in these compressors or anything. Sometimes it gives it a good effect. You know, just because we can't hear it doesn't mean that the digital, you know, situation going on here isn't picking it up. Some compressors will pick up that low end, whether you can hear it or not, and it's affecting things. So just try it with or without. And when I add the saturator and glue compressor. You're going to hear, if I didn't have this, there's a little bit of a higher click in that kick. I don't want that right now. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It's all subjective, guys. So the real secret is turning things up one way or another. Either you're going to turn it up with the gain, a saturator, maybe, some makeup and the compressor. It's all going to be turning it up one way or another. The one way that I never turn things up is this. I never use the master channel to do any audio, like turning up or turning down. That's all for like when I'm done and I'm doing automation and everything. That's different. I barely ever touch these. Clearly I touched it right there though. All right, so next thing, I go to my hi-hats and like my perks, I put them all in a group, and I put a glue compressor, and I'm side chaining the kick and snare group. And this is just volume, so I'm just ducking volume. Now, all that's really doing is kind of adding to the groove of the hi-hats. But that all helps delivery, You want the kick and snare to be up front. Those are the anchors of the music. So you want them to be the most prominent in this genre, I guess. So delivery is gonna play a big part in that. And going back to the beginning of the song here. So if you see, I have this buildup going, and I'm actually turning the volume down on that mixer. And this is what I was talking about. I rarely use the channel gain knobs, and this is why I like to use it for automation. And so like it hits harder. Adding all these sounds together, and so what? I have this one's fading in, and then we have a reverb coming in with the whole thing, kind of adding like air and just like a distance. And but adding this riser is going to add more volume, so as we decrease the volume, it's not going to really be that noticeable over here. But when it hits, there's a lot more to it. It just kind of punches you in the ear. Also too, like I said, delivery. This reverse kick, it adds to it. It helps deliver that real punchiness that so yeah, we decrease volume here. That's kind of just what I do. I don't know if anyone else does that, but also when we come into where that kick comes in first, I have seen people go through all their kicks and do what I did right here, to all those kicks to make it kind of slap harder. I don't think that's necessary. That's not my steez. So I don't do that. But it works well when we got things coming in or different phrases. So yeah, there's that. And we're actually going to turn a lot of turn that saturator up. And as you can see, I have that envelope follower ducking it right here. Just those mids. Because we also have to keep in mind, there might be a vocal on here at some point. So leaving room for that is also going to play a big factor. What else do we got? What else? I do have a drum bus on the bus channel, which is a little redundant because I got one here. I don't even know if I'm sending a little bit to this one. If it's too much, we can always turn it down. All right, and then the master channel, I add some saturation and just a glue compressor to soft clip some of that, because if you could see as you a little distortion there. Don't be afraid to clip. Don't be afraid of that red line. That's stupid. This is digital. It's digital. I don't know what that means. It's not analog. You can clip. It's not gonna hurt. Oh, one thing I did miss because you see I didn't add any saturators or anything on this snare, but adding this filter and then putting up the drive, the MS2 filter has a soft clip. I don't know, soft clipper. I don't know. Does it say in here? Yeah, it'll say right over here. Blah 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 blah. MS2 is a solid key circuit with soft clipping. So that's what we want. I like to soft clip a lot of my drums. Y'all asked my secret. That's what it is, soft clipping. And you want that snare hitting right where, where it makes you blink. No, I'm joking. You don't want to blink when you hear that snare. That's stupid. I would say right before you're blinking. Put on some headphones. If you're blinking to your snares, they're not good. You shouldn't be blinking. test things out. Play with the soft clippers. Play with saturation. This glue compressor, saturator. Those are key things for when I make my drums, stand out. Also too, I don't do this. I like blaringly loud music, but mixing at lower volumes is gonna really help get a good perspective of what your music's gonna sound like in different situations. If you're at a bar or you're at a party. Try if you do listen to loud music like me, don't trick yourself. Just because it's loud doesn't mean it's good. The good thing about working at lower volumes is ear fatigue. You can mix longer at lower volumes. So really what we did was unbury those drums by cutting space with EQs and turning them up with saturators instead of gain or anything. We use a lot of sidechain to sidechain some of the instruments, and even the percussion and hi-hats that just adds a little groove when it comes to that. Our master chain, super simple, just a glue compressor and saturator, and I'll probably add some sort of counter melody later. We'll finish this up, but to make my drums pop, that's pretty much all I do. I'll keep doing the same thing as I finish the song. So that's what we got. I hope this helped. I know a lot of people are stuck with making their drums pop, and really it is just turning it up one way or another. Turning down other instruments can make your drums sound louder. It's all about perspective. What sounds good. Just use your ears. There is no golden rule for anything when sound designing or making music like this. So just keep that in mind. And I'm just going to wrap it up right there. I hope this helped a little bit. If you got any more questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment. Like, subscribe. I'd really like to get some feedback on what you guys think of all this. If I'm going over things too fast or not in depth enough. I don't want to nerd out about this stuff if you're just beginning. I mean, maybe we'll go into some in-depth nerdy stuff at some point, but you guys gotta let me know. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. I love you.